This is Game Set Match Kentucky, episode 41, recorded on Saturday, September 7th, 2024, entitled, Weren't We Just Here? Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of Game Set Match Kentucky, where we talk about all things related to the Central Kentucky Tennis Series and a whole lot more that you never asked for. We're recording on Saturday, September 7th. I'm Chris Godby, the chairman and one of the founders of the CKTS, where the lines are good, sandbagging is for golf, and pickleball is for those that have given up. I'm still in Studio C. Yeah, I'm still in Studio C. And I'm not going to make any more predictions on when I'm getting out of Studio C and getting back into the new Studio A. I'm just not. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just move on for that. Chad Young is in Studio B in Scottsville. Hello. He's fresh off the tennis court. Very fresh, maybe, off the tennis court.
Well, I mean, I took a nap after I got home. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and we did not plan the matching red shirts.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fundraiser for WKU, so you were encouraged to wear red. Western and Eastern play tonight in football.
Oh, that's right.
And
did they decide what they are wearing tonight? I mean, you know about that controversy?
Nobody
right?
told me I couldn't wear white.
Okay.
So what in the world are we doing recording in the middle of the women's final, though? I mean, I know my schedule is not the easiest, but I'm not going to say I'm not a little distracted here.
Well, we're also recording in the middle of the Kentucky-South Carolina football game.
Well,
I know you don't care, but I do. I'm a big fan, but it was not going very well for the Cats in the first quarter, so I'm kind of glad I'm not watching it right now. Hopefully by the time everybody sees this, the Cats turned it around and blew out the Gamecocks.
I saw they scored, so it's 10-6 or 10-7. Anyway, we'll
well,
by the end of the episode, we might know the answer to both who won the Women's Open and whether Kentucky wins.
And regarding that Women's Open, I hate to break my streak of not watching 1 second of the U.S. Open this year. I should be ashamed of myself. I'm sitting in an office that has 2 U.S. Open posters framed on the wall back there because I used to never miss it, and now I'm so busy I just never watch it. So
you haven't watched anything?
Nothing. No, I kept up with the Fritz TFO scores last night, but I didn't watch any of it. I was working at a football game. So
Wow. Now I've watched a lot of DVR. I'll be honest. I came home. I watched a little bit of Fritz Tiafoe last night at work, and then came home and watched the important parts. I know I had to watch quite a bit of Pagula and Swiatek. I watched most of that on DVR. So I'm a little bit like you. I haven't watched a whole lot of live at times, but it's been a great Open for American players. That's for sure.
Well, I will say I will wear the red to represent the American players. I will also wear the red today. I've got 2 degrees from EKU, but I'm going with the Hilltoppers today. So good luck to the Hilltoppers. Also,
didn't realize you were an Eastern grad.
Yes, yeah, I am an Eastern grad. But I'm also wearing red because it is time for it's time for the First National Bank Russell County Open. I almost called it the Russell County Open, but it's called the First National Bank Russell County Open. I want to be sure and get that right because they ponied up to make that tournament happen.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and Russell County is scarlet and navy. This isn't exactly scarlet, but it's red. We usually just wear red. It's close enough. So, but we're going to talk about that tournament coming up in a minute. But we've got some tournaments to look back on from the last few weeks. We're going to get some results today of the Gator Open, which was in the middle of August, the Glasgow Open, which just happened this past Labor Day weekend, and we're going to look at the point standings through the first 7 CKTS tournaments. Can you believe that, Chad? We just went over some point standings 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, one remaining. But we knew we'd be back pretty quick here because, there was actually a discussion about whether or not we should include the Gator Open last time. But, it would have been a lot of tournaments.
Talking about 3 tournaments would put everybody to sleep. So
yeah, so we knew we were going to try.
Not that this isn't putting them to sleep, but
we were going to try to do another podcast pretty soon to get us ready for this last tournament of the tour for 2024. It's hard to believe.
That's right. It's hard to believe that in a week, in 8 days from now, if there's no rain, in 8 days from now, the tournament season for us will be finished. We'll be wrapped up. So, also today we're going to give a shout out of congratulations and maybe share a few announcements about what's coming up for the CKTS and elsewhere in Kentucky tennis. But we'll start with the Gator Open results. This was held on August 17th and 18th in Bowling Green at Greenwood High School. It was directed by Tim Dethridge once again, and we're going to look at the results starting with the juniors. Chad, would you like to go first?
Yeah, let's start with boys 12 singles, and we had Wyatt Joyner defeating Aaron Owsley in a third set tiebreaker 10-6.
In boys 14 and under singles, it was Jake Doden. Do you know if I'm saying that right? Doden?
I have to look here. Would be my guess.
I apologize, Jake, but congratulations defeating Jacob Allett.
In boys 16 singles, it was Ethan Propp defeating Barrett Zeiss.
In boys 18 and under singles, Miles Mudd defeated Max Powell for the championship in a split set match.
In girls 14 singles, there was no girls 12. Julianne Ashby defeated Ellie Yan.
In girls 16 and under singles, Claire Riney defeated Peyton Lemley.
In girls 18 singles, Arden Dethridge defeated Addison McFall.
And in boys 18 and under doubles, Jake Roy and Noah Bennett defeated Shepard Kurtz and Sawyer Kurtz.
In girls 18 doubles, it was Claire Riney and Parker Lally defeating Madison Sherrod and Julianne Ashby.
Okay, and in the mixed 18 and under doubles, we had a 3-way round-robin tie. And I believe at the Gator Open there were 3, if I remember correctly, there were 3-way round-robin ties, and that is decided by percentage of games won. And so in this case, the champions were Braden Coley and Peyton Lemley.
In the adult divisions, in men's open singles, we had a round robin, and it was Dylan Dethridge going 2-0 to win men's open singles.
In men's C singles, it was Stephen Parsons defeating Parker Stovall.
In men's B singles, it was Evan Brown defeating Jacob Nyman.
In men's 40 singles, Stuart Littleton takes the championship over Clinton Kiddick.
In women's open singles, did you hear that correctly? Women's open singles. We had 3 players. We had a round robin.
Yes.
And Amy Schumann was the winner, going 2-0 and only losing 2 games in 26 played. I'd say she was pretty dominant.
That's right. Well, there was no women's B singles this time, but we have men's open doubles, and in that final, it was Dylan Dethridge and Bernie Howard defeating Josiah Castanier and Gabriel Brangers.
In men's C doubles, it was Charles or Jameson and James Roberts winning in a walkover. There was a retirement due to injury in the C doubles final.
In the men's B doubles final, it was Josh Wall and Trevor Sanders defeating Gregory Bernard and Carter Bernard.
Just one final in men's 40 and over doubles, and it was the Humphreys brothers, a.k.a. Don and Steve Humphreys, defeating Van Patterson and Dan Duncan.
In women's open doubles, we have another 3-way tie in the round robin, each team winning 1 match each. And so on win percentage, it goes to Amy Schumann and Vemihan Kwasi. They take the championship in women's open doubles.
In women's B doubles, Jessica Owsley and Becky Stovall defeat Parnia Chubdar and Tabitha Joyner.
Mixed open doubles was as loaded a mixed doubles bracket as I have ever seen it. 8 teams. I can't remember. Maybe at an E-Town tournament there's probably been one that size. But for the Gator Open, this is probably the first time it's been that big for this division. The champions there are Arden Dethridge and Bernie Howard defeating Kara Amundsen and Devin Hainline.
In mixed B doubles, round robin won by Evan Brown and Amber Wolf, who went 2-0 in their matches.
Okay. And that's a look back at the 2024 Gator Open. Before we move ahead, Chad, will you tell us about Vision Cabinet Source?
Vision Cabinet Source is a kitchen and bath cabinet supplier that ships all over the United States and has for over a decade. Whether you're building a new home or renovating a room in your home, Vision Cabinet Source can provide you with classic cabinet styles that are well built and affordable. You also find they go above and beyond to provide service that exceeds expectations, from answering your initial questions to ensuring that you're happy with the final delivered product. Every Vision cabinet is built upon their promise to deliver well-constructed cabinets made from solid hardwoods, classic versatile designs that complement your style, affordable options that fit your budget, on-time delivery with shipment within 24 hours, and accessible personal service you can count on. They have many different painted and stained lines of cabinets that are stocked at their warehouse in Campbellsville. Making these beautiful cabinets, they have a 17-step finishing process that assures top-quality craftsmanship. Go online and look at their styles and designs for yourself. You'll agree that they do great work at an affordable price. Check them out on their website at visioncabinet.com, or you can call them at 270-465-3222. Tell them you heard about Vision Cabinet Source right here on Game Set Match Kentucky.
And a personal thank you to Jason Ford of Vision Cabinet Source for recently renewing their commitment to sponsorship of Game Set Match Kentucky, taking us on into next year. All right, now it's time to look at results from last weekend's Glasgow Open. This was on Labor Day weekend, August 31st and September 1st, on the brand new courts the newly resurfaced, I should say, courts. Not brand new courts, but they looked brand new, didn't they? They looked brand new, you know.
Fantastic.
Great job resurfacing those. We'll look at the results again, starting with the juniors and starting with Chad.
All right, boys 12 singles. Aaron Chang defeats Benjamin England.
All right, in boys 14 and under singles, that match is not yet complete, actually. I think they're playing today. There was some rain, as you know, because you were there on Sunday afternoon. There was some rain, and some of the matches got pushed down the line a little bit, so I believe that one's being played today. We don't have that result yet. Boys, and I'll go ahead. You take the next one.
Boys 16 singles was a good one. It was a third set tiebreaker. Sushant Muthuluru defeated Harish Shabazz 12-10 in the super tiebreak.
All right, and in boys 18 and under singles, Will Wagers defeated Gavin Morgan.
All right, there was no girls 12 or 14 singles. In girls 16 singles, Andrea Herrera defeated Emma Walker.
In girls 18 and under singles, Claire Riney defeated Olivia O'Neill for the championship.
In boys 18 doubles, there was just one match, and Carson Donahue and Jake Roy defeated Cooper Jackson and Brady Jackson.
There were 5 teams in the girls 18 and under doubles, and the champions were Parker Lawley and Claire Riney defeating Olivia O'Neill and Lily O'Neill.
And mixed 18 doubles was a round robin, and Jude Stith and Claire Yates were the winners, going 2-0 in that round robin.
All right, so now we'll move on to the adults at the Glasgow Open. Starting with men's open singles, Nolan Parsons defeated Will Wagers in what looks like a thrilling third set tiebreaker.
In men's C singles, in the final was Larry Kohler, who we'll talk about in the points race coming up here in a bit, defeating Steve Parsons. All
right. In men's B singles, June Tomioka defeats Philip Riney in a split set match, 10-6 in the super tiebreaker.
In men's 40 singles, it was Jackson Grover defeating Carlos Herrera.
Men's open doubles. Oh, look at this. Chad Young, our very own Chad Young, and Jackson Grover defeat Carson Donahue and Jake Roy 6-2, 6-4. What happened in that second set? They almost took that one.
It was 5-2, and
okay.
Started to get away from us a little bit. So
okay, it was 5-2, and you started packing up your gear, right? And then you let 2 games slip away. I know how it is.
That's right. I actually had to break at 5-4 to win the match. So it's not like serving for it, and we had to break to win and avoid blowing that lead.
Congratulations! You should have worn your medal on the show today.
I could have. Yeah, I could have done that.
Yeah. Okay.
Men's C doubles round robin, and it says here that Richard Jackson and Cooper Jackson were the winners, or is this match their match?
That's another one that is being completed this weekend due to last weekend's rain. So that one is not over yet. Okay.
So let's drop down to men's B doubles. And this was a good one. Ethan and Clinton Kiddick defeated June Tomioka and Vincent Cole 10-1 in the super tiebreaker. It had 2 close sets, but then it was all the Kiddicks in the super tiebreaker.
In women's B doubles, it was Parnia Chubdar and Karina Rosales defeating Kay Faisal and Sarah Rennick.
In mixed open doubles, round robin, won by Addison and Jarrett McFall.
All right, and then finally...
Are we just going to skip over that result, though?
What result?
There was a team that finished second. But
oh, well, yeah. We did finish second. We did. Why are you laughing?
That's the way he said that.
I didn't get my medal, by the way. I need to get my medal.
Well, you packed up after you lost and went back to Russell Springs. You didn't come back over Sunday to get your medal.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, our opponents withdrew, and so we're runners up by default. So I'll have to get that medal later. Maybe Trent will bring it to the First National Bank Russell County Open for me. All right. Then finally, let's look at mixed B doubles. And in that championship, it was Philip Riney and Aaron Riney defeating Erica Blevins and Mike Blevins. So that's a look back at the Glasgow Open, which we didn't have the year before due to that pending court reconstruction and resurfacing there. All right, so glad to have the Glasgow Open back on the tour this year. Family Medical Centers is a community health center with more than 225 locations throughout South Central and a portion of North Central Kentucky in 33 counties. They've been providing health care to Kentuckians for over 17 years. They provide complete primary care services, but they also offer pediatrics, OBGYN, oral health services, school-based health centers, behavioral health centers, mobile optometry services, substance use disorder treatment, a pediatric wellness program, a workplace wellness program, a discount pharmacy program, outreach services, local scholarship opportunities, and more. Family Medical Centers has been recognized as a national quality leader by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Check them out on their website at cumberlandfamilymedical.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/Family Medical Centers. They're also on Instagram and Twitter at Cumberland FMC. Now it's time to get back into the point standings. It's 2 weeks in a row, 2 shows in a row, 2 weeks apart, I should say, that we have updated, completed point standings. I'm bragging like I've really done something. Oh, it only took me 2 or 3 months to do the first 5 tournaments, and then, all proud of myself that I got those next 2 tournaments put in there too. So, hey, whatever.
It's really important because we've got 1 tournament left. So, there's some that have already been decided, but there are some that, depends on who plays and how they do. So, if you're right there in the point standings, the deadline for the First National Bank Russell County Open is Tuesday, so you've got some time.
Pardon me there, as we had some technical difficulties with the new camera setup. So I'm back. I heard you. I was listening to you. So All right, but these are results through the completion of the Glasgow Open. I will say that, again, as we said when we went through those results, there's a couple of matches that are missing because they may be being played right now as we record this because they were delayed into this weekend. And, Chad, I thought we would do ladies first this time and maybe scroll ahead in the document and start with women's open singles, go to the end, and then we'll come back and go through the gentlemen's standings.
Yeah, let's make that complicated.
Well, you just got to scroll ahead. Go to women's open singles. It's page number, I don't know. I'm not there either.
I'm there. I found it.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and start. So women's open singles, Hallie Lindsay leads the way over a host of players. She has 6 points, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players who have 4 points. So the Russell County Open could certainly decide that one still.
First National Bank Russell County Open.
Well, on the points document, it doesn't have the sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't for E-Town Open or... Yeah, you're right. Lake Cumberland Open. See, you can only fit so much in there, so yeah, it's a tight space to type a lot of characters in. But anyway, there's an opportunity here for someone to jump to the championship or at least lock in second place by participating in the First National Bank Russell County Open next weekend. Now let's look at women's B singles.
It does have to be somebody that's already played an event.
Yes.
You can't just show up and play one event and win it. You have to play 2.
That's important. Yes, it would have to be someone who is in those standings already and needs more points because you have to play 2 times. Thank you for correcting me on that. All right, women's B singles, we're in a similar situation where we have a qualified front runner, Karina Rosales, but we have a few people there that if they play and do well, they could jump that position and take that title, or they could lock up second place.
Girls 18 singles is an interesting one. Peyton Venters leads the way with 9 points. She's played in every tournament except for the last 2, but she still leads the way over Arden Dethridge, Paisley Harris, and Peyton Lemley are all 1 point back.
Yeah, anybody in that top 5 could make a run at the title this weekend in Russell Springs. Girls 16 and under looks like it's going to be Claire Riney's, and we'll congratulate her in advance. But Paisley Harris is sitting there in second place in girls 16 singles.
In girls 14 singles, Ella Yan leads by 3 points over Reagan Lee.
In girls 12 and under singles, we've kept the streak going of no participants this year. It's because the girls of that age are playing up. So we've made it available, but no one has played it. We'll see what happens at the First National Bank Russell County Open. Almost called it the Russell County Open. That would be wrong.
Caught yourself.
All right. Is it my turn?
Uh-huh.
Okay, women's open doubles. Vemihan Kaisi is in first place right now. She has appeared in 2 tournaments, but has had different partners there in those 2 tournaments. She has 8 points right now. Olivia Bello sitting in second place with 6.
Women's B doubles, Sarah Brown leads the way with 11 points. She's a 1.5 clear of Karina Rosales.
I do know that Sarah has signed up for the First National Bank Russell County Open, and I don't know about any of the rest of them yet because there's still a few days left. But I do know she has signed up. Good luck to her. And we'll move on to girls 18 and under doubles, where it looks like Claire Riney has this one wrapped up with currently sitting at 19 points, 5 points above the next position of Lauren Bragg,
who she won 2 of her tournaments with. She's won 4 total on the tour, so that's why she's put herself in the position that she has. In mixed open doubles, the female leader is Alexis Hales with 12.5 points. She leads Trina Rickard by 1.5 points. in the men, our very own Chris Godby leads the way with 11 points over Jackson Grover, who has 10. And I did, because I'm thinking about playing with Jackson in the men's. I tried to let him know that he was just a point back of you in the men's if he wanted to make his
You
way.
gave him a heads up, huh?
If he wanted to make his way to Russell Springs next weekend.
I would love to see him here. I hope it's a long trip for him, but I hope he makes it. I hope he comes up. Love to have him. All right, let's go on then to mixed B doubles, where the engaged couple of Evan Brown and Amber Wolf are the male and female leaders of that division.
That one we can congratulate them too.
Yes, so they're nobody's going to catch them there. So congratulations in advance to Evan Brown and Amber Wolf in mixed B doubles.
And then mixed 18 doubles, we just mentioned Jude Stith and Claire Yates, who won the Glasgow Open, and they are the leaders right now, respectively. Jude leads Lucas Lacey by a point in the boys or the men's, and Claire leads Emma Bello by 2 points in the girls.
And that division's not over, so it looks like some folks need to come to Russell Springs next weekend. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of this document, Chad, and I'll do the standings of men's open singles. Right now, Matthew McGrail is sitting in first place with a reasonably comfortable 3.5-point lead over Dylan Deathridge.
In men's B singles, Jun Tomioka leads Evan Brown by 2.5 points. So that one could still be decided as well.
I believe Evan is coming to Russell Springs.
June got a big win in Glasgow, and that put him in first place.
That's right. It looks like Evan did not play that division.
Correct.
In Glasgow. So
he played.
All right.
Didn't play that division.
Didn't play that division. Right. He's spreading himself around.
All right, in men's C singles, Larry Kohler extended his lead in Glasgow and now has a 4-point lead over Steve Parsons. Larry won Glasgow, defeating Steve, and so he padded his lead a little bit more heading into the final tournament.
So we've got an interesting situation here with men's 40 and over singles. We've got no one that has qualified. So Jackson could play that. Any number of these guys ranked, in the top 7 or 8 here could play that and win that.
Jackson would really have a decision about which one he wanted to go for, the mixed open or the men's 40.
That's right.
Or the men's open doubles. He's in contention in all of them.
Jackson could win anything he wanted to. You know what I mean? I believe in him.
And he told me that if he didn't win a division this year, it'd be the first time in a couple of years. So,
yep. He is a regular at the awards ceremony.
Boys 18 singles. It is tied going into the final tournament. Samuel Bryan and Will Wagers both have 7 points after Will won the Glasgow Open. So this one is really tight. And you've got 2 other guys that are just a half point back. So
right, the first several people on this list could make an impact.
Very much up for grabs.
In boys 16 and under singles, Coleman Greathouse has a half-point lead after the Glasgow Open over Timothy Jones.
In boys 14 singles, Ace Osmond will be the winner. He has a commanding lead over Tanner Reed, so we'll congratulate him in advance.
Congratulations, Ace. All right, and you do see a couple of incomplete scores there that are highlighted. So that's one of the rain-out matches from the Glasgow Open. And in boys 12 and under singles, right now, Aaron Chang of Somerset is the leader by 2 points over Jonah Bradstreet.
We go to men's open doubles, and there's a tie for first right now. Bernie Howard and Matt Smith both have 7 points. They're both eligible now after Bernie won the Gator Open. So they're at 7, and then there's a host of people who are 4.5 back. So if one of those two didn't play, then somebody could snag it. But if either of those guys were to enter, they would have a good chance to win it.
Sure. For example, look at that guy that's jumped all the way up to third place from way down at the bottom of the list. Jumped way up to third place and is now just a couple and a half points behind the leaders. So anything can happen.
That's right.
Yep. Who knew that Russell Springs is where it's all going to come down, baby? That's right.
That's why you want to be the last stop on the tour, right?
Sure. All right, men's B doubles. We have Van Patterson and June Tomioka, who have not been doubles partners every time, but sometimes. And they are currently sitting tied at 16.5 points each, followed 6 points back by Dan Duncan.
Yeah, Van didn't play Glasgow, and June found another partner and has caught him. June lost in the final, so it'll be interesting to see if they decide to play, if they decide to play together, or they decide to find another partner.
Ooh, you know what? They need to split up. They need to split up, yeah. And if they want to go for the co-championship, sure. But if they want to cut each other's throat, they need to split up.
Men's C doubles, I would think this one could still be up for grabs. There's some. We mentioned those matches still had to be played.
Well, first place, I think is sealed, right?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if Richard Jackson were to win, that could possibly move. I mean, you could get 2 tournaments worth of points.
What they're sitting at right there is the least they could earn after this rain out is over. It's not locked. Yeah, you're right. It's not locked up for the season by any means. So, yeah, that's a good point. All right.
In men's 40 doubles, Don and Steve Humphries both have 11 points. Darren Polston is next with 8, so they're in good shape for that one.
Since Darren Polston is helping with the First National Bank Russell County Open, I assume he's going to be around to play in that. So the Humphries brothers need to show up, and actually I think they've already registered. So we'll see them then. Showdown. Boys 18 and under doubles. Jake Roy is sitting with a 3-point lead right now over Miles Mudd and a 4-point lead over Carson Donahue.
That's
going to be it. Yep, that's going to be a look at our point standings through the Glasgow Open. And next time you see us on screen, we'll maybe have a completed set of season results to talk about. Coming up next in the CKTS, I've said this many times already, but the next and final tournament of the season is the First National Bank Russell County Open, right where I sit, about a couple hundred yards away from me, is based at Russell County High School at the new First National Bank Athletic Complex, where there's a new football stadium, a redone baseball field, a new track and field, and, of course, the 6 new tennis courts down the hill from the 3 older tennis courts. And so that is, again, this coming weekend, September 14th and 15th. The deadline is almost here. It's Tuesday, September 10th, 6 o'clock Central Time before the online entry form closes. So be sure you get in for this final tournament of the year. Anyway, so now Russell County High has 6 new courts. They just got finished this spring. They didn't even get to play on them in their high school season. The first time they set foot on those courts was the day of their banquet, like their closing team banquet, which was around Memorial Day weekend, thereabouts. And actually the nets were just hung up that day, and they were ready to play that day, like minutes before the banquet started. And so all the kids, they let the seniors go on first and let them hit some balls first to be the first to hit on those courts. And then the rest of the team and some parents like me came out and hit some balls, and it's a nice facility. It really is. And so whoever goes on first at the First National Bank Russell County Open at
Match played.
8 a.m. Saturday morning, September 14th, they will be the first to have an official competitive match on that court. So get there early so maybe you can go on first if you're scheduled for 8 a.m. start. Beyond that, CKTS is planning its year-end event for Sunday, November 10th. It's going to be a little different than it's been in the past. More details to come about that as we put them together. You can visit cktstour.com to register for our last tournament and to see our complete tournament schedule that we just had. And soon you'll be able to see the tournament schedule that we will have for 2025. Also, CKTS tournaments are sanctioned for juniors and adults at level 6. Chad, do you have any Soki tennis news to share with us? Maybe some reminders about the age event you've got coming up?
Yeah, speaking of, you said that the CKTS events are L6s. We have an L4 event coming up. It's the only L4 for adults in the state this year. It's called the Kentucky Age Group Open. It's an effort by the state to get more tournament play. Sometimes USTA really focuses on the league play, the league championships. I think the what is it? Is it the combo or tri-level that's this weekend in Hendersonville? So they've really tried to push tournament play, and so this will be an age group tournament. So we start with 30 and over. There's actually an open division, but then you go 30, 35, 40, 45, all the way up to 80 or 90. There's singles and doubles. It'll be a great tournament. It's out at the Warren County Tennis Facility at Buchanan Park. Lunch is provided on Saturday. We'll have some great prizes. So looking forward to that. And then we just finalized this. I think I mentioned it on the last podcast, but there is a new Drop Shots League that is starting in Bowling Green. And it is going to start a week from Tuesday. And that is September the 17th. It'll be from 5:30 to 7 at Cariacas Park. It's sponsored by 440 Maine. And so if you don't know anything about Drop Shots, it's essentially a fun social league. You'll play, guaranteed 2 sets. They're kind of shortened sets, so we can get everybody on and get you playing with different people, and then socializing on the court, and then socializing afterwards at 440. So there'll be a link on the Soki Tennis page for the Drop Shots League. It's an 8-week league. You can come to as many or as few of the weeks as you can, and but it's just it's a nice, fun social league. I know you've played Drop Shots in Somerset, right?
I did.
Yeah. So we're excited about that because we're really trying to build the community and try to do something a little apart from the adult leagues or the mixed doubles or tri-level or whatever it is.
All right. And that Soki Tennis page he mentioned is their website, SokiTennis.net. They're also very active on Facebook at facebook.com/Soki Tennis. Courtesy of USTA Kentucky, we'd like to wish congratulations to the Court Rats team from Bowling Green. They won the USTA Southern Junior Team Tennis Sectionals 18 and under Advanced Division in Mobile, Alabama over Labor Day weekend. This team is coached by the director of the CKTS Gator Open, Tim Dethridge, and features some kids who play in CKTS tournaments. Congratulations to them.
It's great. There is no national competition, so they don't advance, I don't believe, to another division. But
took it as far as they can go.
As far as they could. It's a fantastic effort, yeah.
All right. Don't forget that now through next Sunday, September 15th, the window is still open to nominate for USTA Kentucky awards. For more details on these and other events happening with USTA Kentucky, visit KentuckyTennis.com. They're also on Facebook at USTA Kentucky. You can also email us anything you want announced on the show. You can email your tennis news and event information to info@gamesetmatchky.com. Today we don't have a challenge the call question, but hopefully we have one soon. You can send in your questions to challenge@gamesetmatchky.com. And that's going to just about serve out this episode of Game Set Match Kentucky. And I want to thank everybody who watches us on Facebook or YouTube or listens to us on their favorite podcast app. And we ask that in that app you give us a 5-star rating, and please write us a short review. Those are always interesting. You can visit our website, gamesetmatchky.com. You can find us on Facebook at gamesetmatchky. We're also on Instagram at the same username. The CKTS is on Facebook at CKTS Tour, and also on Instagram on the same. And our YouTube channel is youtube.com/@gamesetmatchky. You can follow us on X, although we don't stream the show on X anymore because
we're not paying Elon that extra money.
They make us pay for that, so we don't have any money. So you can follow news about us on X at GameSetMatchKY or at CKTS Tour for the CKTS. Chad's on X at Chad Young Tennis, and I'm on X at Chris Godby. We'd like to thank, again, our sponsors, Vision Cabinet Source and Family Medical Centers. We're now accepting sponsorships for the upcoming year of this program. You can reach out to info@GameSetMatchKY if you want to ask about it and feel it out, and we'll have a conversation. What was that?
That was a notification on my computer.
Okay.
Jarring.
Whoa, there's another one. Oh, okay. Well, there's another sound too. You hear that one? That's Hawkeye. Hawkeye says, "We are out."
Hey, just Cats are down 17-6, and Pagula just got broken serving for the second set. So that's where we are wrapping up the podcast.
Cats are down what? 17-7, you said?
17-6.
17-6.
Yeah.
Wow, and they were favored by 10.
Yeah, still got the fourth quarter left, but it ain't looking great right now.
Is it that late in the? Is it?
This shows
end of the third.
End of the third. So yeah.
Oh, they're gonna come back.
All right.
Yeah, you heard it right here.
Right here. Prediction.
But as Hawkeye just said, we're out, and until next time, I'm Chris Godby with Chad Young, and this has been Game Set Match Kentucky.